In WWE, respect is earned through pain, endurance, and dominance. When Gunther stepped into the ring with Randy Orton, many believed the ring general might have been underestimating the veteran. Gunther built his reputation on brutal precision and thunderous chops that echo like gunshots throughout the arena. His strikes leave opponents gasping, their chests turning red from the sheer force. Countless competitors have crumbled under that pressure. But Randy Orton is not just any competitor. He is the Viper, a multi-time world champion with decades of experience and a mind as dangerous as any weapon. Gunther's style is straightforward yet devastating. He overwhelms opponents with calculated aggression, breaking them down piece by piece. His knife-edge chops are legendary, capable of stopping momentum instantly. When he delivers those strikes, the crowd reacts to the sound alone. Many wrestlers instinctively step back after absorbing just one. Gunther often senses that hesitation and presses forward with even more punishment. That psychological edge has carried him through dominant championship reigns. However, Randy Orton thrives in moments where others would falter. Calm, composed, and always calculating, Orton never allows emotion to control him inside the ring. When Gunther delivered those infamous chops, expecting Orton to retreat, something different happened. Randy stood firm. He absorbed the impact without fear in his eyes. The sound echoed, but the Viper barely reacted. Instead, he slowly lifted his head and stared back with cold intensity. That moment shifted the energy of the match. Gunther may have initially taken Orton lightly, seeing him as a veteran nearing the later stages of his career. But Orton's legacy speaks louder than assumptions. With multiple world titles and WrestleMania moments under his belt, he has faced the very best across generations. Fear is not something associated with Randy Orton. When pain comes, he processes it, studies it, and responds strategically. Gunther continued delivering chops, each one sharp and deliberate. Orton's chest began to show the effects, but his body language remained composed. He didn't swing wildly or lose control. Instead, he waited. The Viper has built his career on patience. He understands that one perfectly timed RKO can erase minutes of punishment in a single second. That is what makes him dangerous. He doesn't need to overpower an opponent physically if he can outthink them mentally. The contrast between the two superstars was compelling. Gunther represents relentless forward pressure and punishing offense. Orton represents precision and unpredictability. Every time Gunther stepped in for another chop, Orton adjusted, either absorbing it or countering at just the right moment. When Orton finally fired back with his own strikes, the tone changed. His European uppercuts and measured stomps reminded everyone that he could fight just as fiercely. One of the most dramatic sequences came when Gunther attempted to assert dominance with a series of brutal strikes. Instead of collapsing, Orton retaliated with sudden speed, dropping Gunther with a snap power slam. The crowd erupted, sensing that the momentum had shifted. In that instant, it was clear that underestimating Randy Orton was a mistake. He may not shout or boast loudly, but his presence alone commands respect. The fearlessness Orton displayed against Gunther's chops wasn't about ignoring pain, it was about understanding it. Orton has endured countless wars over his career. From hardcore matches to championship main events, he has taken punishment and delivered it in equal measure. Gunther's chops, as brutal as they are, did not intimidate him. Instead, they fueled his focus. When the opportunity presented itself, Orton struck with the move that has defined his career. The RKO can appear out of nowhere, turning momentum instantly. Whether countering a powerbomb attempt or capitalizing on a split-second opening, Orton's finishing move is always lurking. That threat alone forces opponents to hesitate. The battle between Gunther and Randy Orton highlighted two different philosophies of dominance. Gunther relies on sustained brutality and physical control. Orton relies on timing, intelligence, and ruthless execution. The fact that Orton stood unfazed in the face of Gunther's feared chops proved that experience can neutralize intimidation. In WWE, underestimating a legend is a dangerous gamble. Gunther may be one of the most dominant forces of the modern era, but Randy Orton's legacy ensures he is never an easy target. The Viper does not flinch, he waits, and when the moment is right, he strikes.